let's switch over to let's stick with sports, but we'll go to Masters week. We're not going to spend a lot of time on the Masters, but there's a couple things I do want to touch on.
I mean, didn't the Masters just happen?
Yes, it did. November. Dustin Johnson. Let's get into it. Let's just give our quick take on who we think might win and who we want to win.
Oh well, okay. I mean, and I think we both want the same person to win.
You might be surprised.
Oh,
all right. Okay. So, and then without Tiger, what has to happen for there to be like the similar magic, or what's it just going to be like without Tiger there? Because obviously everybody knows that he's been in a big car wreck. He's gone through multiple surgeries. From what the whispers that you're getting, you're hearing that things are going in the right direction, but you never know what's going to happen as far as going forward. This guy's golf career could be over. I'm not going to bet against Tiger because I think he's going to do whatever he can to get back to playing. Unfortunately for him, he may never be competitive again as far as like one of those top golfers that's going to be in contention on the big, major days, major Sundays. But I'm really hoping that he can come back to somewhat and really have the will to be able to get through like those major tournaments, because that's where golf really needs him to shine. And then also, just is he going to get to that point where is he going to have the capability to do kind of what Phil did eventually? Because he's not there yet. He's not old enough yet. But is he going to go to the senior tour at some point? Or will he just call it quits by the time he gets to the senior tour? How much does he love golf, or how much does he just want to compete with the best of the best? That's what I don't know. Whereas Phil Mickelson, you can tell he just loves golf and loves money and loves winning. And that's why he went to the senior tour, because he saw, I can still compete with these guys. I can still compete with these guys. I can iron out the kinks against the seniors and I'm still playing and winning tournaments. But over here, I can take the things that I worked on there and bring them over here and try and compete. Now, he hasn't had a great success doing that, but anyway. Damien is also commenting on, as a guy who currently weighs 265 plus 10, I can tell you it's not what you want. LOL.
No,
yeah. It is very tough on the joints. I was in the 240, 50 range, and it was definitely runs rough on the joints, and it still bothers me today. And I'm, about 60 pounds lighter. So, all right, let's get into the Masters. Who do you think is going to win? Like, if you had to bet money, who do you think's going to win? I mean,
wouldn't it be hard to bet against the defending champ who just won a few months ago? Dustin Johnson's got to be, I don't know what the odds are. I would imagine he's the odds-on favorite. I
can tell you who the odds-on
I would like
is.
to see Jordan. I would like to see Jordan win,
Spieth?
Jordan Spieth, yeah. Obviously, I want it. Phil is playing, right?
I would imagine so.
As far as I know,
I could find out.
Of course, I want Phil to win. Get himself. Well, this would be like a fourth. God, if Phil won again, I think it'd be a fourth green jacket, which would be really impressive. Other than that, I
think. Hold on, let me see.
Assuming Phil is in the field, I want him to win. If he's not, I would like to see either Jordan Spieth win or listen, Rory McIlroy. I would love to see him get one. Hard to bet against Dustin Johnson, though. The guy just won the damn tournament. By the way, that would be incredible. How can you imagine like a guy winning the Masters twice in like 6 months? That'd be fucking unbelievable.
It would be.
That'd be a cool story, wouldn't it?
I think it would be a cool story. Correct. Yes. So right now, Dustin Johnson is the favorite.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. I'll tell you what. I'll make a prediction. I'll say Jordan Spieth. I'll say Jordan gets it done.
All right.
Kind of maybe gets over some of his yips and gets it done.
That's taken a lot of the shine out of this here, because Jordan Spieth is my guy. And that's who I am off the win last week in Valero, which isn't something that typically happens. It's not something that you usually do back-to-back wins. You might go like Masters and then win the next tournament if you play in the next tournament. Like, Phil Mickelson has done that before where, he's won a tournament and then gone and won the next tournament. Yeah. We've seen that happen before. But the biggest thing here is I think I really like where Jordan Spieth's game is right now. I like where his head's at. I really like the way that he's been playing. He's been in contention or just putting up big numbers like 66, 64 in some good rounds on the weekends, which is very important when it comes to these major tournaments. So I'm going to go with Jordan Spieth, who is the second highest favorite here. You have Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas are both 10-1 odds. Dustin Johnson is 9-1 odds. And then Bryson DeChambeau is 11-1. Rory's 14-1.
Phil Mickelson had a what is being called an absolute, just a horrendous.
That hole?
That 18th hole of the Texas Open where he shot a 10.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Shit, I probably could have.
It was bad. It was really bad.
Was it like that Tin Cup moment?
Oh my God! No, it was. You have to watch it.
I gotta watch it.
I have it. I think I saved it on Instagram, but I'm not sure.
That just sounds like a massive meltdown.
No, it wasn't. It was just like he hit the ball and like kind of chunked it a little, went in the water, like rolled off and went in the. Then he like had to play off rocks, and like, and then he hit the ball off the rock and it didn't go anywhere, and like it was just it's not something only Phil could do, Like, he plays in all sorts of weird shots and stuff like that. And, sometimes, more often than not, he pulls it off, and then other times he doesn't. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm not good. Okay, so Masters odds. All right, so I'm not good with odds, but Phil Mickelson's odds are plus 8,000. So can somebody tell me? Oh, hi, Isla. Can somebody tell me what? Again, I'm not a gambler, so I literally don't know. Like, what does that mean? Plus, so if Phil Mickelson's odds are plus 8,000, what does that mean?
That means if you play $1, you win 8,000.
Get the fuck out!
Kind of
really?
$100. $100 I think is $8,000.
Holy,
I think that's what it is.
Shit. I mean, it might be worth it. I don't gamble though, so. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. So if I put $100 down, well, the current odds are actually plus 10,000 as of today.
That's how low his chances are of winning.
As of April 4th. Wow. Yeah. So okay. So you're saying
it probably did not help.
So if I put down 100, you're saying I could win 10 grand?
I think so. Yeah. Fuck. I think that's how it works. I don't gamble like that. Like, I do like FanDuel stuff from time to time. I don't gamble like that, so I'm not 100% sure.
I don't either. Plus,
I will be doing a FanDuel this weekend for
now.
The Masters
Ricky Fowler has the same odds.
Oh, he hasn't been good for years.
He's terrible, huh?
He's not terrible. He just hasn't been he's got the name recognition because he was good for a while, and I don't know, a lot of people find him attractive, and he's just got a good personality, but he hasn't been like a stud for a while.
All right, I want to put 100 down on Henrik Stenson. That pays out at 35,000 plus 35,000.
I don't know. You're gonna have to double check that. You're gonna have to Google that or something.
All right. Yeah, Freddie Couples is like plus 100,000.
Yeah, so now let's get into it. Like, so who I'd love to see win is I'd love to see Jordan Spieth or Phil Mickelson. Either one of those guys, that's who I would love to see win. Jordan Spieth, just because he's so young and I want him to get back on the major train, and he's already got 3 wins. And I would love to see him pull this one out. And
I can't
really
root against
back.
Phil, but
that's the other guy. I would love to see Phil get it. Being in his 50s and all, like, that would be awesome. But
Christ, is he in his 50s now? Yeah, it's almost over.
He still plays though. He still keeps.
He is actually 50.
He keeps up with all the players.
He got himself into better shape.
Oh yeah, dude. He keeps up with a lot of the players on tour for like distance and all that kind of stuff. Like he can still play. It's just he needs to be at the top of his game to be able to win a tournament. Like 100%. He can't have any of those.
Yeah, he can't be. He can't be
Phil Mickelson moments.
He can't be the gunslinger.
No.
He can be. Really.
No, he has to be the gunslinger, but it all has to work out.
It has to all work out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
He doesn't really know any other way. He's not a conservative player.
Right,
He
is
doesn't.
good.
He's not a
It's
layup
fun to
guy.
watch.
That's not his game.
It is fun to watch.
I can't say it hasn't served him well. The guy's won 5 majors, so I mean,
He's one of the greatest golfers of all time.
Yes, he is.
All right, so let's get into now. What do we think? What needs to happen this week for like the Masters to like have any kind of like media coverage outside of golf?
Well, I mean, I don't know about outside of golf, but I can tell you, I think going back to Spieth, I think what the most compelling storyline would be is if he's in it on Sunday and it comes down, to him having to make a big clutch shot, because that's kind of the thing that has been his bugaboo, right? I mean, he collapses a little bit, and I think you need to see him get over that hump. That, to me, would be the story. I mean, to make it supersede golf and be sort of transcendent, I don't really know.
So
short of Tiger saying on Thursday, I'm playing, I'm in. That's it.
What I think really needs to happen is I think you need to have like 3 or 4 legit stars in the contention going into like Saturday, Sunday. Like if you have Koepka, who I do think could win. I think if you have Koepka, so what you need is a couple of the guys that you need like a guy like Jordan Spieth in there, because like people are rooting for him because of such a success that he had when he was younger, and how he struggled over the last 3 or 4 years. So that's a good thing to root for. You could have like someone in there like a Brooks Koepka, who is kind of like sometimes a villain, but also kind of people like the guy because he's like kind of like he'll give other golfers the business, he'll like throw like he has no problem like talking smack. He has no problem doing any of that kind of stuff. But he puts up too when he's on the course.
Yeah.
So if you have something like him and maybe like a Rory and a Bryson and like a Patrick Reed, and you have like these juggernauts going head to head and really going after each other with like some lead changes here and there, I think that could be like a big deal. Like you have some of those big, like especially DeChambeau, because he's like a guy that's kind of transcending golf a little bit due to like his quirkiness and the way that he plays and how he got jacked and how he's just hitting bombs, and his different style of playing.
I mean, if you want the I mean, not just to like squarely focus in here on Phil, but I think the other thing that could be a blow up story is if an older guy comes out of nowhere and really,
if you have somebody like a Freddie Couples that just kind of like is plugging away and at 7 under on Sunday or something like that, and like in contention, like
exactly, something like that. I mean, that would be fun.
I think that it's going to be tough to like get the younger generation involved.
I mean, because it would be like if Phil winning would be sort of like the equivalent of Jack winning, right? When Jack was 48.
Yeah.
I mean, that's similar storyline,
right?
But it's not impossible.
Phil is also one of those guys who's kind of transcends golf, because people know Phil. They know Lefty, like because he's been around for such a long time. But like, I think if you have like these younger guys, like the Bryson DeChambeau and Patrick Reed, both those two guys are, I wouldn't say unlikable. Patrick Reed is unlikable, who's kind of a jerk. Koepka, who can talk smack, and he would like talk smack against those guys. And then if you had like a Rory or a Justin Thomas, a Dustin Johnson, and a Spieth, or something along those lines, those guys all going head to head.
Yeah.
Like I think then you might have like either some verbal stuff that's going on in the background, which could, kind of ripple out into regular sports world. Something like that needs to happen on the big stage like that. It just hasn't happened in a long time. Where you've had like either these villainous type players like a DeChambeau and a Patrick Reed, and like Koepka and Justin Thomas or Jordan Spieth and all those guys kind of in there as well. Rory.
Yeah,
it would be good to see those guys kind of like some major championship guys going up head to head against each other. Like, when you had like Ernie Els and Vijay Singh and all these guys, like those guys weren't going to transcend the game, but like it was good to see like these guys going up against each other in major championships.
And those were good. Those were good players.
Phil and Ernie going head to head.
Yeah, Phil and Ernie head to head in the Masters when Phil won his first Masters in 04. Yeah,
it's just good stuff. It helps bring the sport up to another level.
Yep.
Even Colin Morikawa, who I love. I think he's just such a fun player. He's always smiling.
How about my boy? How about my boy Francesco Molinari?
Dude is like he's had some issues,
Yeah, he's
some
not
golfing issues over the last year and a half or so.
good. At one point, he was a very fundamentally sound player, though.
Yeah, he's just, everybody has those
They have their moments.
Yeah.
You get it's like a one hit wonder.
kind of, not really. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a good golfer, but he's not like, yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. All right. So let's see what we got here. I'm getting all sorts of stuff from, Damien on Facebook here. Mortal Kombat mashup with Barrios and Burns pitching duel, complete with a gory finish at the end. Oh, that's kind of cool. I have to check that out.
Are you looking forward to Mortal Kombat?
I am so looking forward. Did you see that trailer?
Yeah, I've seen them. I mean, I loved the game, so I'm in on it.
You didn't find it cool when Sub-Zero like froze the blood and then stabbed him?
It was. Listen, it's cool. I'm looking forward to it. I am. It looks just like a kind of stupid romp, which is maybe that's a good way for us to segue into Godzilla versus Kong. So.
No, that doesn't look like a stupid romp. That looks like it's going to be like a complete.
Well, come on. If you're looking for great storylines, I don't think.
I didn't say it was going to be a great storyline. I just think it's going to be an awesome martial arts film. Like, I think it's going to be like a cool film to watch. Like, it's going to be one of those films that you're not looking for the best storyline. You're looking for a kind of cohesive storyline that gives you somewhat of, gets you sucked in a little bit. But overall, I think it's going to be...
I don't know if great martial arts film should really enter into the discussion. You want to talk about like great martial arts films, you're thinking like Bruce Lee Enter the Dragon kind of stuff. And this is probably more like fantasy martial arts.
All of it is fantasy. I mean, come on.
Like even Karate Kid would be a better,
Come on, you're being ridiculous. Have you seen Raid and Raid 2? Oh my God, those movies blow away anything.
All right,
Bruce
I'm not gonna pretend to know much about martial arts here. So
Raid and Raid 2, those are movies are subtitled that you need to watch.
I played Mortal Kombat a lot as a kid, big fan. So looking forward to come here, and then I want to see get over here.
He says it different. He says it a little more gurgling, like
He's got a little grit. He's got a little.